G'day punters and welcome back to Valley Form for Ladbrokes Friday Night Lights supporting BCNA. We encourage everyone to dress in their best pink outfit tomorrow to get behind a great cause. Rayman, bit of a change of speed from last week, but winners all pay the same, so hopefully we can nail a few more.
Exactly right, Benny. I think we saw some of the best horses in Australasia at the Valley last Friday night. I'm not sure we're seeing those true superstars at the track on Friday, but some really interesting races as well. A lot of progressive horses that I think could potentially be players during the Spring Racing Carnival also.
Well, race 5 is the Breast Cancer Network Australia Handicap. It's also our Cheering for Charity race, so jump online and get voting. Rayman, who have you found on top?
I think it's a very competitive race from a betting standpoint. There's very little between the likes of North Channel, Truffle Finder and Little Eagle in the Ladbrokes market at the moment. And all three of those horses do look to have a fair amount of upside. But Little Eagle of those three is the horse that's definitely impressed me the most. Scored 3 wins from as many race starts, and she was just far too good for her rivals at Seymour last start. It was a very, very soft win, the win of a good horse. There's no doubt this is the toughest assignment of her career today, but she's just got so much upside, this horse. And Paddy Payne, I think, just does a terrific job bringing these horses through the grade. So Little Eagle on top for me here. I'm just taking those 3 clear standouts in the market in the quaddie. Number 7, Little Eagle. Number 9, North Channel. And number 13, Truffle Finder.
Race 6 is Heat 2 of the Ladbrokes 55-second challenge. And with the rail out 7 metres, I do think it is going to be extremely advantageous to be up and in on speed. So for that very reason, I'm going to tip number 6, Young Liam, at an each-way price. The Mick and Luke Shirky trained sprinter has somewhat overachieved at the Valley before. And I think with a terrific front-running jockey in Jordan Childs back on board, he can give some real cheek again. In this replay, he won at the Valley in a benchmark 70. He now finds a benchmark 64 here. And although his form has tapered off a little since, he gets a massive gear change here with the front concussion plates off for the first time. That says to me he had some soundness issues that he's now over. In the quaddie, I'll go with number 1, Fishin', number 5, Galbalan, number 6, Young Liam, and number 12, Cavallo Rampante.
Race 7 is the PJA Accountants and Business Advisors Handicap, and we've got a clear favourite here in the market with Ladbrokes Frilled, currently $2.15, and I think deserving of that status as a clear favourite. It's a horse that hasn't really put a foot wrong during its career to date, but I think there's some serious value to be found in this race. Cute As, currently $15 in the Ladbrokes market. I think it's an outstanding each-way bet. There's a big drop in class. She's been racing at black type level to start her spring campaign, and she certainly wasn't disgraced behind Benedetta in the Cochrane Stakes at Caulfield, which is a high-quality race. So she drops back to 1,000 metres, which I think is ideal. Maps to get a dream run in transit here with Harry Coffey in the saddle. I'm confident she'll run a much better race than those current odds suggest. Just taking the 2 in the quaddie, number 5, Frilled, and number 6, Cute As.
Race 8 is the 30XY Group Handicap. It looks one of the better races of the night and it features some really progressive sprinters still making their way up the ratings. I'm going to tip one again at each way price here in number 7, Calico Jack, because I just think he's coming out of much stronger races and he's really well suited here back in grade. He led them up first up and wasn't disgraced behind a few horses who were destined for much better races. One of those was Varvia, who next started favourite in a listed race. He was then playing up in grade at Sandown last start, but he now draws barrier 1, drops back to 1,200 metres and gets a senior rider back on board in Ben Mallam. I think he can hold the front or just about find the leaders back from the inside alley, and I expect Kieran Maher and David Eustace to have him peaking 3rd up. In the quaddie, I think we can skinny up here with number 7, Calico Jack, number 8, Etienne, and number 13, Corner Off. All right, man, short and sharp this week, but who's your best bet?
I'm sticking in the opening race, Benny. Race 1, number 1, Alonso, I think is going to be very tough to beat. Has been racing well without winning so far during this preparation. This does look like a weaker contest. On exposed form, does look to have a clear ratings edge over the rest of this field. So I think it's got an excellent chance to get a maiden race win on the board. That's race 1, number 1, Alonso.
Well, thanks again for joining us on Valley Form. The next time we see you, 3 weeks, it'll be the Ladbrokes Cox Plate Carnival.